Hey everybody, Mark from Northeast Bass Fishing. How you guys doing? Well, this is an intro for you guys. Bill Alexander was up the other day and we went fishing. So I pieced together about 12 of our clips, and some of them I did the voiceover on. Some of them I just have us talking about Bill's extended life baits. And I just put the clips together and did the voiceover. So this is an intro. So now you're going to see the clips, and then Bill and I actually did kind of like a little, not so, I guess you could call it an interview, where we kind of talk for about 9 or 10 minutes about extended life baits. And then you'll see that, and then I have an outro for you guys. Okay, so I'll see you soon. Hey guys, Mark from Northeast Bass Fishing. How you doing? Got some clips here from a fishing adventure the other day with my buddy Bill Alexander. He was up for a few days, so we went fishing. So I pieced some of these clips together. Some of it I'm going to do a voiceover. Some of it you're just going to hear us talking. So this is my first fish of the day. Was a frog fish right there, not a bad one. So I'm going to do a voiceover on some, and some of these I'll just let you hear us talking about Bill's baits.
And I like the bait. That's a bass. That ain't no stinking pickerel. You clean the pickerel off.
Yeah, right. Get him out of the way for you.
Yeah.
Bill catching one on his bait right there.
Yeah. After a
Nice
pickerel
largie.
chewed, after a pickerel chewed it up.
Yeah. Oh.
Oops. Here, boy.
Here, buddy. Come on. He wants to be on camera. He's an actor. Oh, yeah.
The line just slipped out. I go straight to the braid. I know I'm one of these guys that doesn't use a leader.
Yeah.
I just like straight braid. If you don't put enough knots in there, that's what happens.
Yeah, right. Nice. You can see it was a little post-spawn still, or a little skinny.
Yeah, a little skinny. Yeah, nice. I like the long distance fights. You get them way out like that.
Yeah, right.
You see your line tighten up, you know. Here, boy. You still can't get rid of that bait, can you?
Nice.
Decent one. Yeah, not a monster, but they're fun to catch.
Oh, yeah.
Every one, every bite is always fun.
Long and skinny.
Yeah.
Once he fills his gut up with some real food, he'll be.
Yeah. I like those circle hooks too. They don't hurt them as much, Especially on fun days, on tournament days. I'm a little nervous about throwing a circle hook that you're gonna miss them,
Nice.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. That bait's got about 4 cracks in it, Mark.
Yeah.
It should have been.
It's still hanging in
dead
there.
a long time ago.
No, still.
Yeah, but because of the netting in there, and you got all the action, but it still won't let go.
No, still hanging in there.
Yep.
Awesome.
Hey guys, so I'm going to do a little voiceover on this one. This is just, this is me throwing the mag draft, and I had just lost a really nice one. A bass jumped off, and then a few casts later, of course, the toothy critter gets caught. So that was the mag draft. So I was catching some on the frog, on the mag draft, on Bill's bait, his apex worm. And here is probably my best one. I did lose a few, but this is probably my best one on Bill's apex worm right here. And you can see there's like a little bluegill bed there, and I threw this in, and all of a sudden I saw the bass coming out to eat it from these pads. So pretty good one of the better ones I caught in the day. And it's totally post-spawn. The fish were long and skinny. You can tell they're just kind of in that post-spawn mode, but we still had a good day, probably over 20 fish. We were estimating somewhere between 20 and 25, and some pickerel, and as you'll see, Bill gets a bullhead here in a little while, but just thought I'd show you some of these clips here and give you a little commentary on some of them. And some of them you will just hear us talking about the extended life baits. So that's going to be coming up soon.
Yeah, I think I brought a bag of the black too.
$5.
They get expensive on the lake.
I tell guys that when I was catching them on hair jigs, some days I don't have any hair jigs. I go, well, today they're $5. For a dozen? I go, no, a piece.
Yeah, right. That's a good one. That's our best one of the day.
Yeah. Got the bait. Oh boy, you should have had him.
Ooh, nice. That's a good one. That's a nice chunk. Look at that.
That's a decent one.
Sweet.
That bait's ready. It's cracked in about 15 places, guys.
You know.
And it's still holding up.
Awesome.
And for you that think that the netting takes away from the action, it doesn't.
Nope.
It doesn't, guys. I know that's a big worry.
And he's throwing this on straight braid, guys.
Straight braid.
Straight braid.
No leader. I never throw a leader, guys. I mean, I know I'm an oddball, but
Nice.
yeah, nice one.
Sweet.
Hey guys, Mark back here with you. Just give you some little commentary on some of these fish here. This is, I did catch some chatterbait fish the other day, but they were nothing really big on the chatterbait. They weren't doing, I wouldn't say they were doing a lot of chasing. But you know, it's post-spawn, so it's kind of like a fish here, and a fish there, a fish here, and a fish there. But this was, you know, one of the chatterbait fish I caught amongst many pickerel. Out.
Here, we'll get you. Yeah, you clamp
See,
right
look,
down.
on the apex, you can catch everything, guys.
Yeah. And there's proof.
If you're into catfishing.
Yeah. I get the hook out of him. Boy, he's got a strong jaw. You know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to lip him. Come here, boy. Ah! So I got that circle hook that's really wrapped in there. Well, he got strong jaws. A little peckerhead. Oops, sorry about that.
It's okay. Well, that's different.
He's clamping down pretty good. Probably land.
Hey guys, Mark back here. This is another frogfish I caught. And the frog bite, you can just tell it's really not quite there yet, but there are some scattered fish around those shallows and around those pads that will bite the frog. I did have a few blow-ups, but I did get a couple. This was probably better than that first one. But I think these fish, you know, I think probably our fish were, you know, could have been 3 pounds. Some of them, if they were, didn't have such, weren't sucked out as much as they were from their post-spawn mode. But this was a decent one on the frog. So I think I got 2, maybe 3 in the boat on the frog. You see, he munched it. But I threw it a lot, because you guys know I like to throw the frog. But that was probably my best frog fish of the day right there. Let's see, this clip here, I think this is just another small chatterbait fish I figured I'd throw in there. But we didn't really catch, you know, the chatterbait wasn't really happening that great. You know, a couple of these, you'll see these pound and a halfers that I caught on it. So, got another clip of one of Bill's fish coming up. Later.
I just stepped on that wood funny.
Beat up apex that's falling apart. That's just being cheap. I should have retired that bad boy.
No, they're nice one, guys, on the apex. And that apex is hanging in there all day. Same bait.
Oh, second one actually.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right. It's the second one.
second one. And look at that thing.
Yeah.
And it still won't come off.
It's a good one.
Yeah, decent one. That's one thing about those circle hooks. They get around that muscle on the jaw, boy, you can't get it out. You know? You have to use your pliers to get. I think they're.
Oh, yeah.
I hate to tear that muscle on it. I know it makes your jaw weaker. You know.
Yeah.
Gotta back it out. There we go. Yeah, decent one.
It's a nice bassy. Cool.
Mark's a good guy, guys.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, how you doing? I hope you guys enjoyed those clips. As I said in some of those voiceovers there, you know, it's still early June. It's definitely post-spawn. We saw a lot of fry, but we still had a really good day of fishing. We caught a bunch of fish. I was catching some on the frog. I was catching some on the chatterbait. The mag draft, I caught some. I didn't get any bass on that I got in the boat, but I got some action on that. And then on Bill's extended life baits, Apex Worm, was throwing that around and catch some. And Bill was, you know, primarily throwing that, and he did very well with that. And we had a good day. So for a post-spawn bite, pretty good day of fishing as far as numbers go. And as Bill says on the video, I think he used 2 baits all day. I used 2, but I didn't. My other one wasn't beat up. I just tried a different color. So fishing all day, catching a bunch of fish, and your bait isn't tearing up. That's pretty awesome. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Right now, I'm going to add the interview that Bill and I did here in the the studio, we'll call it, and that's about 9 or 10 minutes long, so you guys can check that out. So any questions on extended life baits, let me know. I put a playlist together on my page that has all the extended life baits videos that I've done, which you could see all. I think it's 16 different videos. You can see all of those, and that's it. So any questions, let me know. I'll put all Bill's information for his extended life baits, his soft plastics, his M.T.O lures, his great jigs. And I actually have some different jigs that Bill gave me here while he was here. So I'm going to do a video on those soon too. So enjoy this this interview with Bill Alexander, extended life baits, M.T.O lures, coming up. Hey guys, Mark from Northeast Bass Fishing. How you doing? And look who's here.
Look who we ran into today.
Look who I ran into here in New Hampshire.
He runs into him in Florida, and he runs into the guy in New Hampshire. And
so for you guys who, if you don't know by now, this is Bill Alexander, M.T.O. Lures, Extended Life Baits, and we finally got to fish together today. So
had a great time.
And we had a great time. So
yeah, Mark's a good guide.
So I do have a lot of footage of us fishing today, which obviously I have not edited together yet since we just did it today. But we just had dinner and a nice time here. And so we thought we'd just do a little recap here on Extended Life Baits, what's going on, M.T.O. Lures, and I'll turn it over to Bill and let him introduce himself to my audience here a little bit.
This is not a sales pitch, guys. We went out there today to really try him on the water. And Mark, we wanted to see how many fish we could catch firsthand.
Yep.
And I think we were up to 12 or 15 bass before I actually lost one of the apex worms that we threw.
Yeah.
And a lot of you guys that see this, you might think it's a gimmick. I did this because I've been fishing since the 80s, and you go through a lot of plastic baits when you're fishing out there. I know you guys know that. You buy the Senkos, and that first little 1 pound smallmouth comes up and jumps, and off goes your bait.
Right.
And I always wanted to think that there was some way you could make the baits better that would still have the action and still be good, because I mean, obviously I told Mark you can make them out of steel, they'll last all day, but they won't catch fish.
No.
So this idea that we come up with, it really works. The netting that we put in there, it allows the bait to have all the same action that you want out of a really good bait. We've got the sinking rate down. To tell you something that we'd have to kill you, we don't use salt.
Some secrets.
We come up with a secret way to weight the baits, and it gives you the same shuddering action as they drop. And I know people have questioned whether or not they have the netting is going to cause the action to be different. Well, I think we caught, what, 25, 30 bass today?
Yeah, and it is 100% post-spawn right now. We saw balls of fry everywhere, but we still had, like I said, a 20 anywhere from 20 to 30 fish if you want to count the pickerel and
the bullheads.
And the bullheads.
And the sink rate is awesome. The baits hold up, and it's going to save people money.
Yeah.
I mean, I did it for myself, and then once we got into it, I said, geez, my partner Paul, who passed away recently, it's hard to even say that. He was only 61. Once we got into it, we were making them for ourselves, and we said, geez, we really have something here that it's going to save people some money, and it's going to be a quality bait that works. That was important. And then we put it into craws and drop shots, and it works in pretty much everything.
The Neds are really durable. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, and how about a craw that you use for a trailer that they don't pull the claws off of?
Yeah, right.
And how many of you guys have one clawed baits laying on the floor of your boat right now, right? So, I mean, we think it was a novel idea. I put in for a design patent. We're waiting to hear if we get the design patent. I know there's going to be a lot of people that don't want to spend that couple seconds trimming the baits, but believe me, for what you're going to get for the durability and the money you're going to save, I think it's well worth the time. And I had one guy in Florida when we were down there. He said, what do you think? I carry scissors in my boat that I'm going to trim that? And he might be watching this today. I don't know. And I said, I don't know of anybody that fishes for bass or walleye doesn't have a pair of scissors in their boat.
Right.
But seriously,
multiple pairs.
If you want to try these, you just buy a pack the day before and trim them the night before. It takes you a matter of a few minutes. Mark does a lot of good videos on how to do it. A really thin pair of scissors, and in a few minutes you got baits that are going to really hold up well for you. These little orange ones from
Walmart. These
Fiskars.
They work really, really well.
Yeah, they get really close to the bait, and the best way to do it, as far as our apex, we call it an apex worm, which is our version of a Senko, I have to say. But I think we've taken out the problem of the baits breaking and the hook popping out, and so that's why we call it the apex. But what the best way probably is just to lay them on a table because they're a little sticky, and you pull one out. And as you pull one out, just slide the scissors along the edge, and you're done in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, it's quick.
Really quick. It works well on the drop shots. The only ones that we ran into a little bit of time with were the craws, but for the time you're going to save using the craws, it's worth it to do them, yeah. I'm sure not everybody's going to want to think that they're going to want to trim them, but when you start going through $7 and $8 bags and $9 bags, a couple of them a day, and I fished all day today with every fish we caught with 2. and the second one's still on there.
Right.
And I think the bullhead ruined the first one. He clamped right down on it. Actually, don't lip a bullhead, especially the bigger ones, because
No.
he did a number on my thumb.
Yeah.
We had to use pliers to get him off.
That didn't work out.
But I think if you haven't tried them yet, I think you would really see the advantage of them. Obviously, without my partner around now, things are going to be a lot slower. Probably the only place you can get them online is through Fish 307. He took a chance on us, and he carries a pretty good supply. And I'll be going up to Ticonderoga on the 8th. I'll be stopping at the store and giving him another bunch of them. So if you even just want to, he has them online. You can go on and look at it. He carries most of the colors.
Right.
And try one bag. Just try one, give it a shot, and see what you think. And let me know what you hear. Let Mark know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
thanks for your time.
Yeah. And, I encourage you guys, check my YouTube channel out. There's lots of videos on Bill and Paul's baits. You can check out some of the rigging that I've done over the years, and you'll see all the clips from today. So I used 2 different baits, and only because I wanted to change colors, and neither one of them are ruined. So, and we had a lot of bites today. So very, very durable.
They are. And there's one tip that I can tell you guys for any of the soft plastic baits you buy, any of the Zoom or any of the knockoff brands of Senko. What I've found is you take a small slip sinker, slide it up ahead of your hook before you tie your hook on, leave it free, don't peg it. And when you cast, your sinker is going to slide back to the hook. You don't have to use one of the hooks now that have the lead heads already built into it. And as you cast, it's going to give you distance. And when that bait hits the water, the sinker is going to pull away, but instantly it causes that bait to quiver. No matter what brand you got, it's going to make any of the brands you got even better. But I found the best way to get the super action out of pretty much any of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yamamoto does it on their own, and you'll see now that we've come up with a new way to weight them. Our bait doesn't need the weight, but if you're fishing a lot of clear lakes now, a lot of clear water, it has the advantage of getting the bait down faster. But just try that. Maybe a 16th ounce, probably no bigger than that, of tungsten. And you'll see, as soon as that bait hits the water and the sinker pulls on it, that bait starts to shudder instantly. And you get a hell of a lot more action out of the baits. So it's a tip that I would pass on to all you guys.
Yeah, awesome. Yes, great. So we fished together today.
Had a great time.
We had a great time. Yeah. So like I said, guys, check out all the videos that I've done on extended life baits and even M.T.O lures, because Bill makes great jigs too, and you guys know I love fishing jigs. So
I showed Mark a few new ones he didn't see today.
Yeah, so you'll stay tuned for a new video on some of those new ones that he showed me today. But what I'll do is I'll put links to all those other videos in this one when I get it together, so you guys can just click on the bottom. If you go in the description, you'll see all those videos on there, and you just click on it and go right to it. So you can see some of the stuff in the archives from Extended Life Baits, even from when it first started to where we are now, fishing together.
We took a couple years developing this. It wasn't something spur of the moment. We went through a lot of prototypes, never knew how to pour plastic baits, didn't know how to mix colors. And when we finally came to the right material that we're using now, it was just a total game changer. And I actually wanted to make that the name of the company. I went in there and I found this guy in Texas already had a company called Game Changer Lures, I couldn't do that, you know. But I would expect every one of you watching this to be skeptical, because there's always a new gimmick coming out. And this is coming from a guy that's fished tournaments from 40 years. I fished the Opens, I fished the top 100s, and fished against some of the guys like Eddie Cowan, and they got a chance to see it, and it's really something different. It's hard to come up with something different that's good.
Definitely.
Yeah, and I think you'll give it a try. You'll like it.
Okay, guys. Well, appreciate everybody for watching. It was great finally to get to fish with Bill today.
Yeah.
And stay tuned. Hopefully I can get this all put together in the next day or two and get it up, and you guys can check them out. So I will see you guys soon on YouTube. Mark and Bill.
I remember the only time you might see me on here, because he lives 200 miles away from me, so it wasn't like I just ran into him on the lake today, like he always says.
Yeah, he wasn't just at the ramp here on a lake, on a random lake in New Hampshire in June.
And I have to say, he did backboat me all day, and but
he got more in the boat than I did. I had a lot of fish. I had a lot of fish jumping off on me, but
he knows I work like paint. Watch when paint dry. That's what guys tell me when I fish, because I fish that really slow.
Yeah, well, he's the opposite of me. I fish
totally.
I saw the advantage today of throwing the bait a little slower.
Yeah.
But I'll see you guys soon on YouTube. Mark out.